Hello, friends, and welcome back to Legendary Tabletop. I'm Greg, your host, and today we're getting ready to go to the Mordheim League that I joined at the Dice Dojo in Chicago, here where I live. But putting together my Witch Hunter Warband Warband, I noticed that I am missing a couple dudes. So really quickly before we head up, play the games, get into the tournament, do some filming, that sort of thing, we're gonna doctor up some of my miniatures that I have for other games in order to complete the Witch Hunter Mordheim Warband. So let's do that. Alright, so here is my original Witch Hunters Mordheim Warband, and kind of a cool thing is this is the first video that I ever published on YouTube. Was 3D printing and painting this crew, and I've built my Mordheim Warband. There's some other stuff on the painting desk here, some Dungeons and Lasers things, and a little old school Hero Quest Goblin, always a classic. We kind of keep him around to make sure things are at scale when I build stuff here in my little hobby place. But yeah, so I got the Witch Hunters here, and I'm gonna add a couple of these D&D NPC D&D character pieces, and a lot of these models are from Loot Studios, and some of it's Games Workshop stuff. And I'm gonna put down in the link the original video and also the link to the STL files. These are all 3D prints, and so I'm gonna not repaint those guys, but I'm gonna touch up everybody, and then I'm gonna just change some of the colors on those two characters that I'm adding, and I'm gonna basically, match the paint job because they have this like white, black, gold, red thing going on. So yeah, some stuff over here that I'm also painting on the side, some more of that Dungeons and Lasers. So yeah, I'm just putting together some of these things. I think I'm gonna bring these tokens. I got a little book here to record my stats and like packing up dice, getting ready to head up to the league. But we got about 6-7 hours to doctor up these guys before I gotta head up there. And so I'm just really quickly going to rely on some speed paint for efficiency and time's sake, because the event is tonight. And so I'm going to cover up some of these spots and get rid of some of the brown on the base, because the bases are sort of like white and gray in the scheme that I've put together. And then like I mentioned before, the clothing is like red, white, black. And this is going to be my Witch Hunter captain. This is a Loot Studios model, so we're just kind of getting to match the motif of the other models and highlighting the beard and some of the things that have faded over time. I think I've like painted this 7 or 8 years ago, and then putting some of the red here, though I really like his green cloak, so I'm just going to use the red to do some accents on the like little tips of the cloak, and then getting the speed paint over here and hitting up this badass lady and painting her little cloaky cloak thing and her hat. She's ready to witch hunt. We got Buffy the Vampire Slayer over here ready to kick some ass. And off camera I also painted her pants gray because I decided that turquoise teal color was a little bit too much and didn't really match the rest of the crew. And here's how they're looking together. We got a couple good boys. They're from Age of Sigmar, from the Stormcast Eternal line from Games Workshop, and yeah, they're coming along. So in the other models, I'm just kind of hitting up some highlights, that sort of thing. And then the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to leaf everybody. I'm going to hit them up with the leafs. if you know what I'm saying. So one of my favorite little hobby tools. I just love the final stage when you finish a miniature and you're doing the tufts and popping them leaves on there, leafing it. It's satisfying, man. You feel like a squirrel or something, you know? Just love those leaves. It's like jumping into the big pile of leaves, putting the leaves on the things. What is it about leaves? We love leaves. So shout out to leaves. And yeah, so they're looking good. You can see the pants, Gray Lady's pants here, and yeah, they're looking good. And I'm excited to head up. So pack up the stuff and we head up to the Dice Dojo. And just so cool to see all of the miniatures, you know, that people had painted up. These were hand sculpted. This is a Witch Hunter hand sculpted. Here's another Witch Hunter. This is all Kit Bash proxies and 3D prints. The people at the Dice Dojo and the group, the Mordheim group, really do a great job. They take a lot of pride in their models. It was so inspirational to see this. And here's another Witch Hunter Mordheim Warband going on, and there is just really great looking miniatures. And I just loved walking around with my camera and getting shots. So then my game was about to start, and basically there were a few of us left. There was 5 of us left, so we decided to do a 5-on-5 game. And the first scenario is where there's basically like 10 houses in the city, and your warband is supposed to go around, and you can either interrogate or torture the people in the house in order to get information for your campaign. And at the end of the campaign, all these points kind of go towards the who will be the winner. And very cool concept, fun game. And so I actually rolled off first, and my witch hunters and were able to posture up into this corner. And however, we moved very slow because I forgot that when you use crossbows and gunpowder, basically you can't shoot and move in the same turn. So you kind of have to play it close. And now one of the other players had a Chaos Warband, and they're using a Tyrannid as a proxy, but just kind of shows the laid-back, fun, whimsical atmosphere at the Dice Dojo, which I appreciated and was really fun. And that player was our rules lawyer, so thanks to them for being around and helping everybody understand the rules. And we got going. So the game continued. So basically, Sisters of Sigmar here are on the other side, and they ended up battling with the chaos in the center of the board after torturing some people. Now the castle pieces you see here, those are the houses. And to my left were the Bretonians, and they were, being dirty Frenchmen and doing dirty Frenchman stuff. And so they actually had their leader was on a horse, which was kind of comical for Mordheim, very Monty Python. And they kind of started getting into it with the Ostlanders that were on the diagonal, so 5 players. And so a couple different combats were ensued, and then eventually my witch hunters got into combat in the center with the Ostlanders after exchanging a few shots with the Bretonians, and we lost our flagellants, but we were able to flee the scene and survive for the next game next week. So a lot of fun was had, and we loved it. So a truly very fun and inspiring experience to participate in this league. Now, I've played in group play Mordheim tournaments before. I did a few at Adepticon this year, but this was very fun. A really good group, very welcoming, funny personalities, and a very cool theme, interesting terrain, that sort of thing. So very exciting thing for me to be a part of. And I'm not sure if any of you can empathize, but for me, I live here in Chicago, and Chicago is an amazing place to live, but the culture is really revolved around sports. So growing up here, the people that I know, a lot of my friends, that's kind of what they're into. So there's not a lot of people in my little circle of friends that is interested in Warhammer, one-page rules, Mordheim, Dungeons and Dragons, that sort of nerdy thing. So part of the reason why I like to do this channel is a way for me to connect with other people like you that are watching, that are interested in this sort of stuff, because I don't have that circle in my life. So joining the league, meeting up with all these people, participating in this is very fulfilling and really inspiring too. So I'm sure, that a lot of you go through this, hobby withdrawal type situation where we lose inspiration. And going to places like this, seeing all the cool painted miniatures and the terrain, and talking with other people that are excited about Mordheim miniatures games and hobbies is truly inspiring. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to continue a lot of this hobby vlog stuff, though we're going to have some more complicated, dedicated terrain build videos coming up. The Mordheim group that I am in is going to be doing a anniversary event, and I will be bringing my boards for the first time to those events. So the Lustria board and the Mordheim City board, which you've seen in past videos. If you're new to the channel, check it out. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. There is a lot of Mordheim videos, and you can check out those videos on the channel. So we appreciate everybody watching and commenting and liking and doing all that stuff. And we will see you next time.